Hey beauties, a pleasant evening to you. No, so beautiful people, I was watching the news last evening. When will Jamaica hold people accountable for wrongs? When? When will they hold certain kinds of people for wrongs? Now, unfortunately, a 10-year-old was raped. Notice I didn't use the word G-R-A-P-E. Because as far as I know, that's a color or it's a fruit. You need to find other words. You have sexual assault, sexual harassment, grievous sexual assault, or grievous sexual harassment. We'll know what that falls under, instead of trying to use a very good word to substitute for a very bad word. So she was sexually assaulted in an egregious way. And the community people, I think it was, did a mob killing of the perpetrator. You know, we're humans. I don't know if I don't know how to even describe how I feel towards those kinds of people. The RAPISTS people. Father help me. I don't know. It has never happened to me, thank God, and I pray it never does. But just to even think on it is quite difficult, to say the least. But the mob killing, yes, it's like treating a sore with Band-Aid, because we're not dealing with things at the root of it. So you get rid of one man, one out of many. The number of women who have been in an egregious way, in a grievous way, been sexually assaulted, and because of who did the assault, nothing comes of it. Because subsequent after that particular thing, you know, they were talking about releasing the sex offenders list, and I heard the Prime Minister talking about, you know, he made a very salient point, because he says, you know, because of the constitutional rights of people. But for me, you lose your right once you do something that is illegal in such an egregious way, in such a malevolent way. You know, in some jurisdictions, and maybe based on that type of assault can carry more weight than when you get rid of somebody permanently from the earth. Yeah, depending on the type of killing. That's how bad the assault is, that it can be compared to murder. Because that's what you would have done to the person. You may not have done it to them physically, but you murdered them psychologically, emotionally, mentally. And if ever you have a disease, Lord have his mercy. Jesus. We need to have mechanisms in place that properly deals with these people, because they're among us. We sit and we laugh with them, we keke with them, and this is what they're doing to many people. Boy, girl, dog, cat, rat, you name it. That's why you see some of them probably ended up smoking and drinking, because they're trying to drown out the consciences. They can't stand it, or seeing the people that they're doing these egregious acts to. We have a flagrant disregard for the laws of the land. We do. We have no respect, and there is no accountability in Jamaica, none whatsoever. If what I'm saying is so, then why a lot of people are cursing politicians and the Ministry of National Security and Peace? Why? If what I'm saying is falsified, we don't hold people accountable. On the roads, a man tell you no ends of bad words, bad drives you, curses you, blows you out of the way, behaves in unseeming ways, and nothing comes of it. It makes no sense to even report it, because what you think is gone, nothing will come of it. And we take it for granted. And when we say these things affect us psychologically, and we wonder why them say pure mad people in Jamaica, pure mad people. you know, and what's her name saying? We have to be careful how we use the word mad. The CEO for Bellevue there. Because these things contribute to the decadence of people's psyche and their emotional state and their mental state. It's not just the hardship of life or a bad relationship. It's how people treat us on the roads, in our workplaces, in our churches, in our private places, in social events. Disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. And people are not held accountable. They do as they please. And that is why they feel comfortable in the sexual assault of our girls and even boys. All dog and cat probably night too. Because bestiality is still real. And it happens here. I don't know if it is for religious, and I don't even want to use the word religion, although God came and was trying to get rid of religion. But for their occultic practices. Jesus. Lord. Me don't know how them organ, them genitalia no drop off same time when they put it in one animal. But that's another conversation. People are not held accountable. This is a country, if you don't want to be held accountable, come right here. Because if what I'm saying is so, why would people be cursing politicians? To say that they're not treating the public sector workers right. To say that they're not paying the public sector workers right. I remember listening to a message from the late, great, venerable, the esteemed, the notable, the most brilliant 21st century preacher speaker, Dr. Miles Monroe. And he was doing a comparison. He was looking at, he said in Jamaica, and this was early 2000, because he died in 2014, I think it was November. Oh God, what a month for him to die, man, the best month. And he was saying this message before, you know, while he was prophesying the message, he was saying this message will go all the way up to 2006. So we can safely say that he preached that message between 2000 to probably 2001, 2002. Just by guessing, on the basis of what he said, by his token. And he said in Jamaica, he said, I feel sorry for the people. He was saying that that is a modern day, he used another word, something another, slavery. Exploitation. It was something he had used. And he said, for every $100 you earn, $53 is taken for taxes. He said 53%. So you only take home 47. So you take less. You work for the 100 and you take home less than the 100. And I remember in California, he said it was 40-something%. He said that is why you have a lot of stars. Any other star is a falling star. He was making a little joke. And he said right here in the Bahamas, they only take 10%. So you get most of your salary, 90% of your salary. I don't know if it's still that way currently. But even if it has changed, it wouldn't be a drastic change. 53%. And this man, he doesn't just speak out of his mouth like that. He's a credible man. He was a very credible man. 53%. So if what I'm saying is falsified, why curse politicians that the country is corrupt and they don't hold people accountable? They hold who them feel like. If a little friars, a little fly-by-night, a little junkro, a little cockroach. And I'm not calling people that, meaning people without clout, people who have no influence, people who don't have wealth. You're nobody. So any little thing you do, they have a problem coming at you. And then they say they hold accountable. So they're not holding the upper echelon people accountable in droves. In droves. The number of women and men who have been molested, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and nothing comes of it. I remember years ago a man said a woman can go, she genuinely was molested, was sexually assaulted. And by the time she don't make a report and the man make the report, you think it's the other way around, that is she molest the man. When they come at you and make you look like a skank. This country, God's judgment upon it. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lines, and you can follow me on Instagram.